Sparkles, and today we're going to be talking about tips and tricks on how to earn money for Adopt Me without Robux. And I know that it's hard sometimes to get a hold of Robux, so I'm going to show you my way of getting as much money as possible without Robux. First, I want to say that thank you to everyone who's been watching. I love you all so very much, and I have changed my channel a little bit. The Pink Oriana is still my username on Roblox, and that's probably not going to change. But my channel's name changed to Gaming with Pinkie, mostly because I think that that's a better. It shows better what we're going to be doing on this channel. So that's all that changed. Everything else is still the same, but the first couple of videos will have the Pink Oriana on the title page, but now it will say Gaming with Pinkie. So I just wanted to let you guys know. Thank you, and we will get back to the video. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to log in as a baby. And I know a lot of people are like, why are you logging in as a baby? Don't you need a mom? No, you can be an independent baby and raise yourself. And when you do that, you actually get the money for it. And then after you become a baby, you want to summon your pet. And Sparkles here is going to be my star. And that's the first step, because you'll get twice as much money by working with yourself as a baby and your pet. So the second thing I want to talk about is setting up your house for leveling. And everyone starts with the tiny house. It's very cute, and it is actually set up, I think, with everything that you need. All you need is food for your pet food. You need a bed, because even just one bed, if you don't have the money to get anything else, your pet can, oh, hello, your pet can actually sleep in the cribs, and you can sleep in a pet bed. So, that helps, especially if you weren't aware of that, if you're a beginner. The other thing that you need is food and water for your baby self. Now, the one thing that I would suggest investing in, not Robux, just normal bucks, I would suggest investing in a water cooler, because while you can get free food, which we'll talk about later in the video, you cannot get free drinks. And I mean, I've looked everywhere. I may be wrong. You may be able to find free drinks somewhere for your baby, but the water cooler is what you really want to invest in first, because that way you get free drinks and free food, and you can get as much as you want. And oh, one more thing. One thing that you can also like splurge on a little bit later is a piano. And your pet can actually play the piano, or you can play the piano if you're bored. So that keeps you from having to run all the way to the playground if you are here in your house. So, oh, my little Karma likes her donuts, doesn't she? So that's about it for your house setup. It doesn't matter what size your house is, big, small. If it's smaller, it's actually easier because you can get to everything quicker. And that is just about it for this section. So we're going to move on to the next tip, and that is to teleport around. And when I first started, I had no idea that this was a thing. But if you want to get to the city quicker, then don't run, don't leave your house, just go to gifts and click teleport to gifts display, and it will take you straight to the gifts display, and you don't have to worry about making that run and wasting time, because mostly it's about making as much money in as little time possible. So here's the middle of the town, and I'm going to address getting pets, because everybody wants more pets, and that's pretty much what we waste all of our money on, right? And so I'm going to tell you, I think the best egg to hatch, aside from the limited edition, Aussie eggs, the best egg to hatch if you want a unicorn, if you want a dragon, are definitely the cracked eggs. I have hatched a bunch of all the eggs, the pet eggs, oh, my phoenix baby said hello. Hello. I've hatched a lot of these eggs, I've hatched a lot of the pet eggs, and really the best egg is the cracked egg. I've gotten more ultra rares and legendaries I've just gotten one legendary, but that's more than I had before. I've gotten the most out of the cracked eggs. So I would say that you need to save up your money and get a lot of cracked eggs instead of maybe just buying one royal egg. Because the more chances you have, the better your chances of getting a legendary or whatever pet it is that you want. Let's see, oh, we need to go to school. So I'm going to show you in the school something fun. In the school, you can go over here into this classroom, and this is an apple. And so you can steal as many apples as you want, but just remember that they go away once you log out. But that way you have free food. It's free food, and you can continue eating it over and over again. You can feed it to your pet. You can feed it to yourself. You know, it's just an easy way to get some food in yourself or the pet without having to run around. And if you come to the school and you need to be here for a while, there's free food and free beds. And as I said before, you can sleep in these beds too. So you can, there's a 2-for-1 thing going on there. The next thing we're going to talk about is the golden eggs. And eggs, not eggs, they're not golden eggs, they're golden apples. We're going to talk about the golden apples. And a lot of people don't know these are here, but if you come over here, these healing apples will heal you so you don't have to keep running back and forth to the hospital. And just like with the egg, or why do I keep saying eggs? Just like with the apples that you steal from your teacher, these golden apples, you can feed them to yourself or your pet and they will automatically heal you. And that is a huge time saver, especially when you're running around trying to get camping or if you're trying to get to the playground or wherever you're trying to go. If somebody's sick and they happen to give you a sickness, then you can quickly remedy that and move on about your day. Let's see. So the next thing we're going to talk about is controlling your spending. And I think the biggest issue that we all have is not being able to control our spending when we need to. And, you know, I'm just as bad at this. I want to build my entire house in one go and I want to spend thousands of bucks, and I really shouldn't. So I have to make a goal of what you want. That's if you want, you know, 10 cracked eggs to hatch. Make sure that you do not touch this money until you've reached your goal. That way, you know, you can at least say, hey, I've reached my goal. I deserve this treat. This is awesome. And then move on about your day. And that helps me, making goals helps me not spend too much. Because I want to spend money on everything. And it's very hard. It's very hard to look at myself and realize that I've spent 10,000 bucks on, you know, house stuff when I really needed to get those 10 cracked eggs. And that leads me into my next tip, which I'm not sure I'm not sure if it's what it's meant to do, but if you go into Edit House and you look for this Build with Friends thing, and you put it up against a wall. Now, this thing is really neat because not only can you add builders to help build your house, but you can set a budget. Now, you can put up to 10,000 bucks in here. So what I do, let's say I want to save 3,000 bucks. I can deposit a little bit in there at each time and it'll tell me how much I have. And then when I want to pull it out, all you have to do is retrieve the budget and it will put it back into your inventory and you will back into your little bucks thing. And you can see what what you have in here. Say I want to set a budget and I put 500, oops, 500 in there. And then it will show me right over here that I have 500 bucks in there. And that way I know where I'm at as far as that goes. And so I thought that was really neat. I've used this a couple of times to help me set that budget, because if I don't have the money in my little spendable area, I can't spend it, right? So that is a huge tip that I have learned here. And then if you don't want anybody to mess with it, you can just go back to Edit House and sell it, and that's it. But you don't have to add builders to it. And then you could put that in a like a room upstairs or wherever, or you can just keep it out, and you know that money will be there until you're ready to pull it out, or until you're ready to start building, which is really neat. And that's, oh, say hello. Where'd she go? Oh, there she is. Say hello, Karma. Karma says hello. All right, well, that about does it for me today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and that about does it for me. Well, that about does it for us today. Thank you so much for watching, and check out my next video. Bye!